Dana Perino, you know her from the co-host from The Five. Dana, you're an expert when it comes to messaging.
Well,
what went down in that subway tube yesterday was wrong on so many levels.
I hate political stunts. Okay, like especially the ones where I'm just like you.
Right.
And here's the thing: if she really wanted to do that, she should have gone without cameras.
Yeah,
okay, because then word would get out and it would be viral, right? So they'd be like, oh my gosh, Hillary Clinton was taking the subway.
Right.
The thing about the turnstile and the swiping of the card, like, it's really not that easy. I mean, sometimes it takes 2 or 3, 4 times to get it.
Well, you got to have
right.
a touch, which means if it doesn't work, it reveals that you don't do it.
And I've learned, but there are some times when I'm from Wyoming, so it's not that natural. People have a little flick of the wrist, but I get nervous sometimes if people are behind me, if I can't get it right. So sometimes I go to the least populated one where you have to go through the actual...
Right. Yeah, I kept thinking, though, all these New Yorkers, they were probably like, we don't care who she is, just get out of my way.
Well, in addition, you had Bernie Sanders who said, well, you just throw in the token.
I was just there.
No.
Okay, like, I've lived here 6 years, but there's no tokens.
They stopped doing it in 2003, right?
Wow. But is there someone inside a campaign that goes, let's really connect with voters? I mean, usually it's hunting at the end of a campaign. You always see them putting on the camouflage, going out duck hunting.
Duck hunting is very popular.
Does that work?
Well, not really.
Not in New York.
Well, look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump is at the podium with his private jet behind him.
Yeah, like, he just owns it.
Right.
He's like, I'm not taking the subway. Right. I'm not taking the subway. That's for you people. And that's fine, and everybody loves him for it.
Right.
I also think that her team constantly looks for ways to make her look authentic. And I feel like they should just stop and let her just be herself. But Bernie Sanders is escalating his attacks on her, and for good reason. It's kind of working.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know, it's the battle for New York. If she loses in New York, she's in big trouble. Maybe that's why Bill Clinton got so feisty yesterday. He was doing his regular stump speech in Philadelphia. There he is right there. And then a member or two of the audience, Black Lives Matter people, were protesting the 1994 crime bill. And we want to play you an exchange where he really gets mad. Watch this.
Okay.
Oh! Now, wait a minute. Now you're screaming. So let's do another one. Whoa. No, wait. I want to deal with them all. Come on. No. Come on. Wait. See these other signs? This is what's the matter. I don't know how you would characterize the gang leaders who got 13-year-old kids hopped up on crack and sent them out onto the street to murder other African-American children. Maybe you thought they were good citizens. She didn't. You are defending the people who kill the lives you say matter. Tell the truth.
Does that help Hillary?
Well, let me say, I liked it. Okay, and I think one of the reasons that people, most moderates across the country, have always had some sort of affection for Bill Clinton is that he could tell it like it is. And one of the things in the exit polls this election that people like the most is that Donald Trump tells it like it is. And so I thought Bill Clinton was being authentic and refreshing. You see, like, he's a great politician. However, it's not 1994 anymore. And so the mood of the party has changed. The Democrats have been pulled far to the left, and now the mood of the Democrats is the crime bill went way too far. It's incarcerating too many young black people, and so that needs to change. And Hillary has agreed with them. Okay, so she's not agreeing
arguing
with
about.
So I still think he's a tremendous asset to her campaign, but and actually he looks better there than he has in other places because it shows some authentic fire in the belly.
Yeah.
Well,
I
speaking
thought.
of fire, Slate magazine says she should fire him because
Slate magazine said that?
Yeah. Slate magazine from the left.
Don't take their advice, Hillary.
They say that she should fire him because he's made several comments, a barrage of comments lately against President Obama. Yesterday he said, unlike when I became president, a lot of things are coming apart around the world now. Then
around the world.
Yeah, and then he went on to say, you know, the awful legacy of the last 8 years.
Is it calculated, or is he just going off the cuff on this?
I think he believes it. No, you know, there are
but his wife is a part of this administration.
Right, but but first and foremost, he is about Bill Clinton, okay? And he wants his wife to be president very much. I think that that would seal up his legacy. He'd feel very good about it. But he's not going to let anyone take away from his belief that he had the best administration ever.
Not at the cost of his own legacy.
No.
Would you say he was a likable president? Speaking of likability, new AP poll shows that, for the most part, a lot of people don't like Donald Trump, don't like Ted Cruz. Is that a problem?
Don't even like Hillary Clinton. They don't like any of them.
Yeah,
this is an AP poll yesterday. Cruz, I thought it was a very high number at 59% unfavorables amongst these registered voters. These are registered voters, not certainly any one party. He's not really a nationally known figure. He's really just now, in the last couple of months, been a national name. So I thought that number was high. Hillary Clinton's at 55% unfavorables. That's high, and she'll probably stay around 50% through the election. But Donald Trump's numbers continue to get worse for him, if he cares about that. He's at 69% unfavorable. That's 7 in 10 Americans in this poll saying they are not favorable. And that was every category. Men and women, young and old, conservative, moderate, liberal, the South, and non-college educated, a majority saying they're unfavorable.
But even when it goes to a general election, even if they don't like the candidates, somebody's got to win.
Well, that's exactly right. So Donald Trump is able to win 35% no matter what. Okay, even in Wisconsin where he lost to Ted Cruz, he's still got that core of 35%. Going forward in a general election, does it spell electoral disaster? Well, not necessarily. If everybody's so unlikable, there has to be one winner.
Likable enough. Dana Perino, thanks so much for being here this morning.
Thank you.
I saw you on last night. You're just all over the place. Thank you. Good to see you.